Hello everyone and welcome to SimpliCode's YouTube channel. Kaushal this side and I hope you guys are doing well. Today, we'll be taking you through media queries in HTML. We have been making our web pages responsive for the last two videos with the help of HTML and basic CSS. We already have a good idea about making an image, video or text responsive to different screen sizes. In this video, we'll go through another method for the same. So before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel already, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press that bell icon to never miss any updates on programming videos. So without any further delay, let's get started. We have used the min width and the max width properties in the last two videos to make the content of our web page responsive to different screen sizes. In this video, we'll do the same task, but today we'll use proper CSS to do so. So let's move on to the programming part and we'll see side by side what media queries are and why they are important in making a web page more responsive to different screen sizes. So using media queries is quite simple, and if we talk about what they actually are, a media query is used when we resize our screen. So let's say we have a web page opened on our laptop and we want to open it in our phone's browser as well. So both the devices here have different screen sizes, right? And we want our content to adjust itself accordingly to different screen sizes. In that case, we can use the media query method to do so. So let's go through the programming part now, and what we'll do is we'll create some divisions first and then we'll use each division for different screen sizes. So let's create our divisions first. We'll write here inside the body tag. We'll use the div tag again here. Now we need to mention the class attribute. So let's say the class is going to be box. We are going to use the ID attribute as well. Let's say the ID is B1. Now we'll write here this is the screen size of a phone. Fine. Now we have this div tag, save it, and you can see the text present over here on the browser. Now we are going to copy this from here. We are going to paste it here twice. Fine. So we are going to change the ID. We are going to use B3 and B2 respectively. And instead of phone, we are going to do this for a tablet and a computer screen, or we can use just laptop over here. Fine. Save the program. And you can see we have all the three divisions present over here. We have all the paragraphs over here in our browser. Now, let's style these divisions a bit. So what we'll do is we'll move to the head section now. So let's remove this heading from here so that it will be easy for you guys to understand. Now what we'll do is we'll move over here and we'll use the style tag. Now inside the style tag, we are going to access the class. So we'll write here dot box and we'll use curly braces over here. Now inside this, we'll mention, let's say, the background color. Background color is going to be, let's say, aqua. For all the divisions, we are going to keep it same. We'll use font size we are going to use. So we'll write your font size as 70 pixels. And then we have, let's say, we are going to align this text at the center. Fine, save it now. And you can see the font size is quite large in this case. So what we'll do is we'll zoom in our browser and our VS Code. So here you can see we have all the three divisions present over here. Now, what we'll do is we'll right click over here and we'll go to inspect elements. So here you can see we have different options present. Now, if you look over here carefully, we have this toggle device toolbar, right? So we'll click on it, and now what you can see over here is we have this dimensions present over here. Fine. We have the dimension of iPhone SE. We have several options present over here. We have the dimensions for SE, XR, 12 Pro, Pixel 5, Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, iPad Air, and many more such devices, right? We can use any device of our own choice, or we can just click on responsive over here to resize it manually. So we'll click on responsive for now. It will show us how our web page will look like on different devices. So what we'll do is we'll reduce the size of this, and here you can see we have this text present over here, and we can resize the screen according to ourselves. Now let's move back to our code
If getting your learning started is half the battle, what if you could do that for free? Visit SkillUp by Simplilearn. Click on the link in the description to know more.
And we'll mention a CSS property here. So what we'll do is we'll write here display as none for now. Fine. Save it now. Move back to the browser and you can see nothing over here present. Now, what we'll do is we'll use media queries and we'll show specific divisions on specific screen sizes. For example, if the screen size is between 0 pixels and 400 pixels, we want to show on the screen that this is a phone. So I hope you guys got it. Let's do it here. We'll move back to VS Code and we'll use media queries over here. So we'll write over here @media. Now we'll use brackets and inside brackets we'll write max width. We are going to mention the maximum width for this. So we'll write here 300 pixels. Let's put some space over here and we'll use curly braces here. Now what we'll do is we'll use the B1 ID. So B1 is the ID for our first div tag, for this div tag. Fine. So we are triggering this div tag, or we can say we are injecting this div tag when the maximum width will be 300 pixels. It means that if the screen size is between 0 pixel or 300 pixel, then the division with ID as B1 will be injected to the screen. So we'll write over here, let's say display as block. Fine. So let's write it over here. Save it now. What we are doing here is we are mentioning the maximum width, and if the width stays below 300 pixels, then the division will be shown. Otherwise, there will be something different or nothing in this particular case as of now. So let's move back to the browser and you will see here, if we reduce the size of our screen, then the division will be visible from the moment we reach 300 pixels as width. You can see it over here. We are at 302 and there's nothing on the screen. Reduce it to 300 and you can see it says this is the screen of a phone. Fine. Now we can use different devices, right? So let's write the code for a device where we need the width to remain between 300 pixels and 700 pixels. For that, we'll move back to VS Code and we'll write another media query over here. So we'll write over here @media. Now we are going to define the min width and the max width in this case. In this particular case, we don't need to define the min width because the default min width will be 0 pixels. Fine. Now in this case, we'll define the min width first. So we'll write here min width, and min width is going to be 301 pixels. We'll write here and before we define the max width. Fine. So we'll write here max width. Now max width is going to be, let's say, 700 pixels. We'll use curly braces again. Now we are going to use the division with ID as B2. So we'll write here B2 and we'll write here display as block. Fine. Save the program and you will see the division. Save the program and you will see the division with ID as B2 when the size goes over 300 pixels. You can see it says this is the screen size of a tablet. Let's just change the background color as well here. So we'll write here background color as, let's say, we are going to use burly wood. Save it now. Move back to the browser and you can see the color changed over here. You can see the moment we go below 300, the screen size is different. We have different division text present over here which says this is the screen size of a phone. The moment we pass 300, the text changed to this is the screen size of a tablet. Fine. So let's write the code for laptop as well. So for that, we'll move back to our VS Code again and we'll write over here. So let's remove it. We'll write over here @media. Now we need to define the min width only because the max width will be default. Fine. So we'll write here min width, and min width is going to be 701 pixel, or we can write 700 pixels as well. So we are going to trigger box 3 in that case. We'll write here display as none and we'll mention the background color as, let's use any of the color we have over here. Let's use turquoise. So we'll save it. Here we have defined the min width only because we want any screen with a size of over 700 pixels to fall under the category of laptops. Although we can use larger devices as well, and we have to mention the screen size of that particular device only. So let's move back to the browser, and here you will see on taking the screen size over 700 pixels. So you can see there's nothing happening right now. So let's see if there's something wrong over here. We have defined the min width and we have used this. Let's save this program once again, and you can see it's not working as of now. Fine. So we have the ID as B3, we have used the ID. So the mistake over here is we have used none as the value for display. We have to change it to block over here. It was a mistake. Save it now. Move back to the browser, and the moment we'll take the screen size over 700, you can see the color is changing, the text is changing, and it says this is the screen size of a laptop now. Fine. The main point of using media queries is it allows us to display our website perfectly on different devices. Although we can use simple min width and max width properties to do so, but using media queries is a better way. So before we conclude this video, let me tell you a little bit about media types. So there are a lot of different media types present in CSS like screen, TV, braille, and many more such types. You can Google it to know more about it. We are not discussing them because we don't need them in a HTML playlist. So for now, what we can do is we can just move back to a VS Code and we can write here media only screen add. Fine, we'll copy it from here. We'll paste it everywhere. So everywhere we have used media, we'll paste it there. Now save the program. And this will work exactly the same. It's just for your reference, guys. You can see this works exactly the same. There's no difference here as of now. It's just for your reference, guys, so that if you see any such thing written anywhere, you won't get confused. We also have the option of using different devices. We have already discussed about it. For example, if we click on iPhone SE over here, you can see it says this is the screen size of a tablet. Fine. This is because we have used random width in our program. We need to make sure about the screen sizes of different devices before we actually use media queries on a web page. So keep this thing in mind. I hope you guys must have got an idea about media queries by now. They are easy to use and of great significance when it comes to adding responsiveness to a web page. So that's all for this video, guys. See you in another session. If you enjoyed watching this video, then do give it a thumbs up. If you have any doubts, do let us know in the comments below. Please share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe SimpliCode. Thank you.